Have you ever had the complaint that no matter what you do and no matter what quality of products you use, your hair is always dry, especially if it's curly, coily, kinky, natural in general? Baby, this video is for you. I've got a couple quick tips to share with you. As a cosmetologist and a cosmetology instructor, I frequently hear this complaint from people where they're saying when I run my hands through my hair, it just always feels dry, no matter what I do. I just feel like I'm just gonna chop it all off. Maybe I'll start back over. Clearly, I don't have good hair, and they just keep it moving. And honestly, there are a couple of different things that are going on here that people don't always take into account. So I want to dive into those issues with you, and that way you know how to better approach your hair to be able to tell the difference between when it's dry or when it's split versus when it's well conditioned and you just don't know how to feel for it. One of the biggest issues I see is that people don't realize that with curly hair, with coily hair, with kinky hair, it defies gravity. And as a result of that, you cannot feel for hydration the same way that you can on hair that has been pressed out or hair that is naturally smoother or straighter, because it will deceive you. With straighter hair, the ends are down here or below or wherever it is that they fall. With coily, curly, or kinky fabrics of hair, the ends extend outward. So my ends are out here. That means if I'm rubbing over my hair, everything I'm touching is ends. So if I'm touching split ends, or if I just have slight dryness on my ends, everything I touch is gonna feel dry because it's all ends. Whereas if I'm touching the areas down through here, it may not feel that way. So one of the easiest ways that we can combat this is to stretch our hair out without having to put any heat, anything like that on there. This is just to identify if your hair needs additional hydration. What that looks like is taking your hair and extending it out from the head this way. And then from there, you'll glide your fingers down the shaft of the hair. This will allow you to be able to better tell if you have dry portions in the hair, if the overall shaft is dry and it needs overall hydration, meaning that you probably have buildup or something like that on the hair and you need to get that off and then deep condition with hydration. Or if it's just on the ends. If it's just on the ends, you would still want to deep condition, but there's a good chance that you probably also have some split ends in there. So if you're noticing that you do a standard condition or a deep condition and that those ends still feel rough and dry like that, there's a good chance that you have split ends. In addition to that, if you're finding that you have like those little balls on the ends of the hair, that's a sign that you have split ends as well. So by knowing what to look for in terms of split ends, you can know when to attribute that feeling of dryness to actual dryness where you need to hydrate a bit better, and also being able to distinguish between when there are split ends present and we need to remove those split ends so that way your hair feels softer to the touch as well. Split ends, no matter how much you hydrate, are not going to feel hydrated. So a lot of times I'll see people where they'll put some hydration factor on there, then they'll coat the hair with oil to try to make it feel good, but that's a superficial solution to a problem that is a little bit deeper than that. So if we remove those split ends, from there we can go ahead and see healthier hair growth, less tangling and knotting, less matting, less dryness, less of that dry, hard feeling to the ends of the hair, and we can focus on keeping those hydration levels high on everything else. If you find that your hair is lower porosity and it's harder for you to get hydration in there, you can utilize a hair steamer in order to be able to get that hydration up to where you need it. Just keep in mind, if your hair is dry and you're coating it in oils and butters, that's not doing anything to actually hydrate the hair. You're just putting a sealant on the hair that's blocking outside hydration out and it's locking inside hydration in. And if there's no real hydration inside, we put this oil on there, we're not really benefiting it. Now, if you have hydrated and then you're putting an oil or a butter, now we can look at sealing those things in place and actually seeing you better maintain that hydration level that you have. But you don't want to just throw oil on it and call it hydrated. That's not quite how that works. I hope that that helps. If you found out anything in this video that you found to be helpful, please do me a favor and click the like button. Leave me a comment down in the comment box, or if you're not already subscribed, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on the bell notification so you can find out about all the things that I post here. Until next time, take care, God bless, and stay glam. You know I love you, boo. Bye.